A Lamborghini Revuelto starts at $668,000. 2 robots build it. That's it, 2 in the entire factory. Everything else is done by hand, on a line that looks more like a workshop than an assembly plant. So how does a car that's mostly hand-built by actual people end up costing more than most houses? Let's take it apart. What people assume is that you're paying for the labor, that a car built almost entirely by hand by skilled workers stitching leather and hand-laying carbon fiber, is naturally going to cost a fortune, because craftsmanship like that just isn't cheap. More hours, more hands, more money. Simple. What's actually happening is that the labor is real, but it's not actually where most of your money goes. A Huracán takes about 15 hours to assemble. An Aventador takes around 18. Even a V12 engine, 800 individual parts, only takes about 15 working hours to put together. That's genuinely impressive, but it's not hundreds of thousands of dollars of labor. Based on Lamborghini's own 2024 financial results, the implied all-in cost per car, parts, labor, factory overhead, R&D, corporate costs, everything, works out to roughly 211,000 euros. On a car that sells for $600,000 plus, the labor itself is a small slice of that. So if it's not the hands building it, what is it? It's the badge, the waitlist, and the options sheet. Start with the badge. Lamborghini is owned by Volkswagen Group, and here's the number that explains everything. Lamborghini makes up less than 1% of VW Group's total sales, but generates roughly 8% of its total profit. A brand that's small is not surviving on volume. It's surviving because people will pay an enormous premium for exactly this badge, on exactly this car, and Volkswagen prices it accordingly. Then there's the options sheet. Lamborghini calls it ad personam. 94% of Lamborghinis leave the factory customized. Specific paint mixed to order, stitching patterns, carbon fiber trim packages, that alone can add close to $100,000 on top of the sticker price. Customization is where the real margin lives. It costs the factory a fraction of what it charges you for it, and almost everyone opts in. And then there's the wait. Order a Revuelto today and you're looking at a wait list that stretches into late 2026, over a year, sometimes closer to 2. That's not a supply chain accident. Lamborghini could build faster. It doesn't on purpose because scarcity is the whole point. A car everyone can get in 3 months doesn't hold 6-figure premiums on the resale market. A car you have to wait 2 years for does. Run the actual math, and Lamborghini pulled in 1.74 billion euros in revenue in the first half of 2026 alone, delivering just 5,422 cars, and still walked away with a 22.7% operating margin, north of $80,000 in pure profit on every single car sold. For comparison, a mainstream automaker is thrilled with a 5 to 8% margin on a car that costs a fraction as much. So who's actually getting rich here? Volkswagen Group mostly, collecting a wildly disproportionate share of its global profit from a brand that sells a rounding error's worth of its total cars. The dealers, who mark up an already scarce car further because the waitlist means they can. And Lamborghini itself, which figured out that the actual expensive part was never the hand-built engine. It was making sure you'd wait 2 years and pay 6 figures in options just for the privilege of owning one. So here's the whole thing in one line. The hand-built labor is real, but it's a fraction of the price tag. The rest is a company deliberately building less than people want, charging a fortune for the badge, and letting a 94% customization rate quietly become the biggest profit center of all. So the next time someone tells you a Lamborghini costs that much because of the craftsmanship, you'll know the craftsmanship is maybe 1/5 of the bill. The rest is the wait.